No, no DQ Galaxy. We are live. And of course, I have the hiccups right as we go on the air here, but the show must go on. Shout out to everybody for watching this. There it goes again. I got the hiccups. This is going to be a fun live stream. No DQ's live recap of Friday Night Smackdown for August 4th, 2023. Much love and appreciation to everybody out there for checking out NoDQ.com. Make sure you stay tuned to No DQ for the very latest. We are on the eve of SummerSlam, Detroit, Michigan, Ford Field. I will be there for the show. Good old JM, Jeff Meacham and company will be doing a special live watch along of SummerSlam. Sunday night, we will have the No DQ review. I will be on for that. I might be doing a video at some point Sunday morning regarding SummerSlam, but no promises on that. We'll have to see how things go. Check out the predictions video. If you haven't checked it out yet, it is on the No DQ YouTube channel. And the ladies of No DQ also did a video. Check that out. Check out the return of No DQ CAW with myself and Bobby Spade. That is also on the No DQ YouTube channel. It's been a busy weekend, and we have a lot more to come with SummerSlam. We kicked off SmackDown in Dayton, Ohio with the megastar, LA Knight. He cut a promo. I think he said it was a 25-man battle royal, which sounds like an awful lot. 20 is a lot. He ran down the lineup, and then we had our match with Sheamus, LA Knight versus Sheamus. Both went over the top to the outside, and then Santos Escobar showed up. Miz showed up. Grayson Waller showed up. Karrion Kross showed up. AJ Styles showed up. Various Battle Royal participants, which seemed a bit silly to me, but whatever. Sheamus hit the white noise to LA Knight on the apron, and then after the commercial break, it went back and forth. The crowd was doing the boo and yay, or yeah, I should say. They were saying yeah every time LA Knight threw a punch. Sheamus avoided the blunt force trauma and then hit the avalanche white noise, but LA Knight kicked out. Sheamus applied the cloverleaf, but Knight got to the rope, and then Sheamus went up top again. Knight tried to do the old Kurt Angle, jump up on the top and throw the guy off, but unfortunately it was botched, and both guys ended up falling to the floor. Maybe that was ultimately their intention because that set up the inevitable. I think we were all expecting it, where everybody on the outside was arguing, not getting along. Austin Theory, the United States champion, showed up out of nowhere and attacked his opponent for next week, Santos Escobar. A huge brawl erupted. Sheamus went for the brogue kick to LA Knight, but missed LA Knight, hit the Miz, who had been on the apron, and then LA Knight took advantage and got the 1-2-3 victory with the blunt force trauma. And then after the match, Grayson Waller, Karrion Kross, they tried to attack LA Knight, but he fled the scene. He went through the crowd, and they were vowing to get him at SummerSlam in this Slim Jim Battle Royal. Now, this was very interesting. Does my opinion change for this match? I was predicting LA Knight to win. He won the match here, looking very strong. So does that mean he's not winning at SummerSlam? I think I will stick with LA Knight. Who else is going to win this? I guess Santos could win it. Maybe Bronson Reed, although he was nowhere to be found. Maybe The Miz wins it. Throw him a bone. Miz gets a win for once. But I will say that LA Knight still wins it. Why not? You know, the guy's red hot. Might as well keep the momentum going. Backstage, things were getting heated between members of the OC and the Brawling Brutes. Adam Pearce made a tag team match. We had that Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes video package re-aired. It was shown on Raw, shown again here. Then we had Anderson and Gallows of the OC versus Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch, and Ridge Holland in a tag team match. Pretty good match here while it lasted. Butch was doing the usual joint manipulation, and he was twisting the ear of Anderson and his nose. He's a vicious man, that Butch. OC got the upper hand for a while, and then the Brutes started to make their comeback. All of a sudden, we had the Street Profits dressed in suits. They hit the ring. They attacked both teams. Match was obviously thrown out. Felt like a heel turn. However, the crowd cheered the Street Profits. The crowd was very much into this beatdown. And then Bobby Lashley appeared at the stage, hugged the Street Profits, and the crowd erupted in cheers. Bobby chants, like these guys were over like major baby faces for this, even though I felt like this was supposed to be a heel turn. Very interesting. And the Hurt Business trended on Twitter. I don't know if they're going to call it the Hurt Business or it's going to have a new name, but a lot of people very high on this think that this makeover is very much needed for the Street Profits. But the question is, are they going to be faces or are they going to switch over to the dark side? If the intention is to go heel, so far it might be a tough road ahead, because they were very heavily cheered in this segment. We had 3 vignettes, video packages, shown throughout the evening from Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and the women's champion, Asuka. Charlotte's aired first, and she was on a yacht in Florida. Bianca and Asuka were taking the match more seriously. Is this another Charlotte Flair heel turn? Charlotte is just laying out in the sun while Asuka's training hard. Bianca was training hard. We'll see. I would not be shocked if Charlotte picks up the win here. I'm sticking with my pick. We then had Paul Heyman in the ring for a promo, and he once again said that Jey Uso was to blame for what happened to Jimmy. Roman Reigns is going to have no remorse or regret for what he does at SummerSlam. And then Paul Heyman aired a Tribal Combat Victory promo showcasing his moments, and Paul Heyman narrated it. We had several people interviewed from the family, Rikishi, Afa, and Sika. They talked about the lay. And then Paul Heyman continued his promo. That's when Jey Uso showed up. Crowd was chanting Jey, and he talked about what he's going to do to Reigns. He's going to put Reigns through the table since he's the head of the table. He vowed to become the new tribal chief and the new world champion. And that's when Solo Sikoa got into the ring. And Jey got on the mic and said that he can forgive Solo because he knows that Solo is being used just like he was by Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa told Paul Heyman to get out of the ring, but as this was happening, Jey Uso took down Solo with a super kick to set up the main event match of the evening. Good segment here. Paul Heyman on fire with his promo. Solid stuff. Michael Cole did note that Rey Mysterio suffered severe whiplash last week, and as far as Rey's return goes, it is a day-by-day situation. Caleb Jacobs sent in a $2.70 super chat. Thank you for that, Caleb. Much appreciated. Says, Asuka needs to keep the title until the Royal Rumble. I would not mind that. I would like to see Asuka have a long run, but would I bet money on that? No. If she makes it out of SummerSlam, I'll be a little bit surprised. And certainly I'll be surprised if she makes it to the end of the year as champion. We had Austin Theory interviewed backstage, and he dedicated his match against Cameron Grimes to Rey Mysterio and vowed to beat Santos Escobar on next week's SmackDown. We had Theory versus Grimes. Santos Escobar came out there, was stopped by officials. He was trying to get to Theory. You had Grimes taking advantage of this with the cave-in, his finisher, but Theory managed to have one foot on the rope, so the pinfall was stopped. Grimes stayed on the offense, top rope crossbody. Theory kicked out. Grimes continued the offense and then went up top again, but this time Theory knocked him off and then picked up the victory with the A-Town down, picking up a clean win after being beat up for most of the match. Really wasn't too much to this match. And yeah, Grimes doing the job here, but at this point, they're trying to actually make the champion look strong. And Grimes is still somewhat of a rookie on the WWE roster. After the match was over, Santos took down Theory with the Phantom Driver, building up some momentum heading into their match on next week's show. We had the Grayson Waller effect. His guests were Bayley and the Money in the Bank contract holder, Io Sky. They talked about Io being focused on her match against Zelina Vega, and that's when we heard Shotzi's voice. Bayley freaked out, and it was apparently a prank by Grayson Waller, but then we saw Shotzi's tank, and Bayley freaked out again. However, she got even worse news because Shotzi was actually in the ring right behind Bayley. Shotzi with her short hair now, she attacked Bayley and she pulled out a hair buzzer. She was going to shave the head of Bayley. Bayley ran away and it was revealed that Zelina Vega was in the tank. So they were working together to outsmart the heels. I like it. We had the match between Zelina Vega and Io Sky. Zelina got in some offense, came off the top with a Meteora, but Io kicked out. Io took the control of the match and was perhaps on the verge of winning. But then we had Shotzi and Bayley back on the stage. Once again, Shotzi was trying to shave Bayley's head. Io, stupid heel, which is acceptable. Stupid heel, distracted. Zelina took advantage, power bombed Io, and pinned her with the code red. Good angle here, although I do agree with the comment. The buzzer was very loud, like it was obnoxiously loud. And that kind of made this segment a little cartoonish, but it was entertaining for what it was. At least they're doing something with Shotzi. I feel like for the longest time, Shotzi had no direction, no character development. At least now they got something for Shotzi. And we'll see if they end up doing some sort of hair versus career match. Like, it'd be interesting if Bayley got her head shaved. I wonder if they'll actually go that far. Because now they've teased it. And I feel like now they have to deliver on it. I want to see Bayley get her head shaved. We had our main event of the evening, which was Solo Sikoa versus Jey Uso. Solo dominated in the early moments. He slammed Jey's face into the announce table, but then Jey got the upper hand, and Jey did a dive through the ropes, sent Solo over the announce table. After the commercial break, Solo got the upper hand for a while. He hit the spinning solo, which is the Uranagi, but Jey was able to avoid the Samoan spike, and then Jey hit the Roman Reigns spear, came off the top with the Uso splash, and got the 1-2-3 victory. Good match here, and obviously the right finish. Jey goes over leading up to the pay-per-view. But then Solo attacked Jey after the match, and he grabbed the chair, but then the chair was kicked into his face. Jey continued to use the chair on Solo and stood tall at the announce table as SmackDown went off the air. Our final visual heading into the Tribal Combat match at SummerSlam. Overall, solid show. It was a fairly good go-home show, and they did build up for some future stuff as well past SummerSlam, like Austin Theory versus Santos Escobar. And they also hyped up the return of Edge in 2 weeks in Toronto. They'll be celebrating 25 years since Edge's debut. Building Nexus sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Says, I think Roman might get dropped after he wins and then blame Solo for it. Well, I think we're going to see something with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Like, it's possible maybe Jey is defeated and then Jimmy comes back after Roman Reigns goes through Jimmy, then it's Solo Sikoa. But the way this storyline is going, I expect something to happen with Roman and Solo. I don't know if it's going to be at SummerSlam or if they're going to continue to take their time with this story, but I definitely see that split coming before the year is over. Overall, I give SmackDown a solid B. Entertaining show, good build-up for SummerSlam, built up next week's Raw, built up 2 weeks, did what it needed to do. And as one of the comments read earlier in the chat room, some of the guys that usually don't get TV time were featured here. Zelina got a win. So there you go. Shotzi's being pushed. Yeah, I liked the show. Solid episode of SmackDown. The This Guy Experience sent in a $2 super chat. Says, any room for me on the review this Sunday? We would definitely love to have you on. I think we might have room for you, but I have to check with Virtue. Virtue sets up the panels, but email me, remind me, and I'll see if I can make it happen. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Much love and appreciation to everybody out there. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for updates. I'll be at the arena or the stadium, Ford Field. Follow NoDQ on Twitter at NoDQDOTCOM. I'll be tweeting stuff there during the show, and NoDQ.com will keep you updated with all the latest news and rumors surrounding SummerSlam. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the show. I will see you next time. And remember, say yes to NoDQ.com.